Okay, I have some questions for you about Go Math, but first I'd like you to introduce yourself to us. Tell us what grades you teach and where you teach.
My name is Nikkia Hampton. I teach 1st through 4th grade at Avondale Seventh-day Adventist School. I'm a teaching principal there, and my school is in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Well, Nikkia, thank you for being with us today. The first question I have for you is how many years have you been teaching there?
I've been teaching at Avondale for 1 year. Last year was my first year. I've been teaching for 10 years.
Okay. And has that been an Adventist school?
It's all been in the public school system. So this is my first year at Avondale, but also in the Adventist system.
Okay, so that's a new experience for you.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it was your first year with multigrade also?
Yes, first year with multigrade. Yes.
Okay. So my next question is, did you use Go Math this past year?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And can you describe that experience for us?
Well, in the beginning, it was difficult because, of course, there's a challenge with a multi-grade classroom anyway. But then teaching 4 separate lessons, it seemed to be very difficult to plan and to execute. And so one of the things that I did was I paired skills for 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. So I paired 2-digit addition, where the 1st and 2nd graders were both working on that same skill. Multiplication, division, fractions, I paired those skills with 3rd and 4th, and it made it easier because what I could do then is send one group off to work on math games or to complete a lesson that we had already begun, and then I could pull the other group to actually have that accountable talk and to pull in any manipulatives or resources I needed to kind of set the foundation for the lesson, and then we could share in that conversation as a group.
Very good. Okay. So what was the hardest thing about that for you?
I think just making sure that every student, every grade really received what they needed at their grade level. Wanting to make sure that I created questions in the beginning that would really challenge my 4th graders, even though I had my 3rd grader there as a part of the conversation, and also made sure, because I had one 3rd grader, also making sure that she was a part of the conversation as well. So I think it was just making sure that when I pulled the 2 grades together, whether it was 1st or 2nd or 3rd or 4th, that I had appropriate questions that really engaged all of them, and that I met everyone's needs according to our standards.
How did the Go Math compare to math that you were using previously in the public school system?
Well, in the public school system, there were tons of resources for accountable talk, and I was almost concerned that I wouldn't have the resources I was used to really help set a framework for standards-based instruction and for really engaging kids in conversation and really thinking through how they do the math instead of just getting it done. And so I was really pleased that we had a resource like Go Math that really made us almost like a seamless transition, because the thinking and philosophy behind it really matched with what I'd already been doing in the past. So.
Very good. Did you use the electronic resources?
I did. Our school, it's a small school, and so what we did, we only purchased teacher editions for specific grades so that we could purchase all of the student resources. So what that meant is that for my 1 2nd grader and my 1 3rd grader, I would go online for their teacher editions. It saved money, but I still had all of the resources that I had for the other grades where I had more students and I had the teacher editions.
Were your students able to go online and use some of the tools there as well?
Yes, I had them go online, and especially for students who would complete their work and I really wanted to give them some extra practice, I would put them online, and the Carmen Sandiego, the lessons on there, I would send them online to do that.
How about the e-planner? Did you get a chance to use that?
I did not. I did not delve into the e-planner this year.
Okay. Hopefully we're going to get that changed.
Yes.
Soon, but-
I look forward to it.
Okay. How long did it take you when you were teaching all your lessons? About how much time each day did you spend teaching math?
60 to 90 minutes. But again, there's a 90-minute block there anyway. We have a 60-minute block set in our schedule anyway. And so, but there were times when I would have to push it over to maybe 75, sometimes even 90 minutes, just to make sure that I gave students the individual support that they needed. But usually 60 minutes.
How much time did you spend planning and preparing? It sounds like you did a lot.
Yes. I'll be honest, it took a few hours, especially in the beginning, because I was just trying to become familiar with the program. And like you're talking about the e-planner, there are tons of resources that I haven't even, begun to tap into. And so it was really important for me to put a lot of time in this year so that I could make sure that next year I'll feel more comfortable and confident with the program. So about 3-4 hours a week, maybe.
Okay. So Nikkia, overall, how would you rate the Go Math?
I would say, like a 1 to 10 number, and
Sure,
just
yeah,
those strengths of
that's
it.
great.
Okay. I would give it an 8. I would say an 8 because I love that it matches the philosophy with best practice math instruction that I've been familiar with from the public school system. I love that aspect of it. The only concern I have is, as a multi-grade teacher who was new to the system, finding ways to make it work for me. Now, I found ways to try to pair up grades and things like that, but just additional resources to really make it work for that classroom, for that environment would be helpful.
Okay, thank you, Nikkia. Thank you for coming and talking with us.
You're welcome.